It's time to drop the craziness from the week, and this weekend we get an opportunity to feel good and just relax. Is it possible? That's up to you. All right, everybody, it's the freaking weekend. Let's get ready to tarot. Welcome, everybody. It's Jeff here at Raise Your Vibration TV, and when you see that singing bowl in the middle of the screen, you know it's time for what? The freaking weekend. That's right. This is when we get the vibe for the weekend for your sign. Of course, this is a general reading and it's going to be light and fun. No clarifications, no digging deep. That's what we have the midweek reset for. Yes, Wednesdays at 10 a.m. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. You're going to love the messages that are coming in here at Raise Your Vibration TV. So what we do is we pull everybody's sign out of the singing bowl and we get our vibe for this weekend. We want to know what's going on. Should we stay home? Should we make plans? Is this week just totally fucked? You know, on and on and on. So go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Let's get ready. We got some great energy coming up that I want to talk about first. First of all, we've got the moon in Leo and Virgo this weekend. So it's about opening up to maybe doing something you normally wouldn't do. This is also just focusing on having fun. The week has probably been rough for you, so go ahead and give yourself the permission to enjoy yourself. Go and do things that you will enjoy. It's getting a little nicer out for you, you know what I mean? So take advantage of that while you can. Also, we have a great aspect forming on the 28th, and that is Saturn sextiling Pluto. This energy makes us feel good. It gives us the opportunity to go and embrace stuff, you know, where maybe you're making lists of all the things you're going to do for the spring, you know, once the weather hits and you can really start getting things done. It's a perfect time to do that. Maybe you're already going to start this weekend, and I hope you do. I hope you have a great weekend. So with that being said, again, we've had some heavy energy coming up because next week we got the full moon, so it's all about releasing. So maybe you can make a list or already start to think about the things that you need to release this weekend. But all in all, this looks like just a good weekend to kick back and kind of settle into all of this crazy energy and empower yourself in the process, because when we get proper rest, we get proper healing. Okay? So with that being said, let's begin, everybody, and see who is first on the freaking weekend. I've grabbed 3, but we're only getting 1, and it's Capricorn for the win, Capricorn. Let's put you on the board. Welcome. Hope you're already on your way to a great weekend. So like I said, Capricorn, these are general readings. If you want to get personal, deep down and personal, well, go ahead and book yours with me. In person or online, hey, I'm easy. I'm worldwide, all right? So, all my Capricorns, happy weekend. Let's get, what the hell's going on here? Let's get your vibe. I know that wants to stay out, so let's do it that way. 10 of Swords. We're letting negative shit go, especially in our head, all right? Okay, so nice and easy, Capricorn. You got to go within this weekend. Maybe you're just going to keep quiet. Maybe you're just going to just be to yourself. You know what I mean? The 10 of Swords is kind of working on this energy to let go of what no longer serves you, especially negative self-talk. Okay, the 10 of Swords is always letting go of this negative self-talk. And I'm going to tell you something. The 4 of Wands shows the payoff here, and that's more moving towards more harmony, balance, all of that good stuff, Capricorn. You could be focusing on the home this weekend, or maybe just staying at home and getting your shit together. There's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Because you're always on the go. You're always doing something. It could be almost a distraction to not get things done. So let's get some oracles and add to it. Again, these aren't anything like the midweek reset where we go deeper for all that info. You know what I mean? But it's just the same. It's just good. Okay, so there may be some confusion. You may have had some confusion this week. We're going to let that go. We're going to finally make a decision here. And this is all about what brings you joy. And it's marked with joy and stability. Again, this is sacral stuff, so it could be childhood stuff also that you're letting go, but you're focusing more on joy and stability. The world is beautiful. This is closing out cycles, maybe from childhood stuff. Again, you're doing the work and it pays off. And what's the payoff here? Success and growth. Beautiful, positive weekend. Are you in that mode or are you not? Well, you know you're being directed towards it, okay? All right, focus on joy and stability this weekend. Let's look at love and relationships. Oop, we got the lovers out. We got the sun out. Damn. The sun is up. Yeah, let down your walls. Yeah, defensiveness, that doesn't bring joy and stability. Again, this does. Just shining as brightly as the sun. This is a very positive energy here for you, Capricorn. You should be embracing this. If you're not, you've got some work to do here. And the lovers, especially when it comes to your relationships, this will also solidify every single one of them. You probably hear that train because my windows are open. It's 56 degrees. You would think that I'm in a heat wave here, you know? I was a short trip away from putting on shorts, but I'm like, no. Okay, yeah, this one wants to come out. This is what I want you to focus on this weekend, is the possibilities. Being free-spirited, going on an adventure, maybe even thinking about taking some risks. This also looks like a vacation too, you know, maybe planning one. You need it, okay? Feeling good in the hood. All right, let's get what's the vibe. There's a possibility. So if you are single, you might be ready to mingle, you know? And then we have isolation. Rejected, left alone, self-inflicted. Again, this is what we got to let go of. So this could be a precursor to the week coming up for you, is letting go of that. This almost feels like a 5 of Pentacles energy. I don't know why there's a teddy bear there with a shower curtain. It looks like he's been left at the strip club. I don't understand this picture. The makers of What's the Vibe, you wanna let us know? I think we all want to know. I think that's what the question mark is. What the fuck is this all about? But again, we got the Hermit and isolation. You got the 9 of Wands. It shows a defensive kind of shutting down energy. Be careful of that this weekend, as long as you're using it for good. All right, now let's get a closing message for you, lovely Capricorns. This is very good, positive energy, but it's your choice. And I think it's now that it's time to start embracing this, okay? So, closing message is get over yourself and pull your shit together. I mean, here we are. Help people, give back, do good shit for humanity. That's another thing. If you're feeling isolated and alone, I just heard this today. If you're feeling isolated and alone, Capricorn, be of service. Go do something for somebody. It'll totally change your vibe. Because when you're feeling isolated and alone and all of that, that's being self-centered and selfish. Okay? All right. So, Capricorn, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. I'm telling you, there's a possibility here to open up to some really good energy, but you got to just stop, let your guard down. It doesn't work for you anymore. Step into harmony. You know what I mean? This is what you want. Celebratory energy. Okay? All right, Capricorn, thank you so much. Have a great weekend. Let's take you off the board and see who is next. And it's Virgos. What are we doing? Earth signs. Virgo, welcome. It's all right. Let's put you on the board. Boom, Virgo. The moon's going to be in your sign this weekend. So very good energy for you, okay? So I hope you are on your way to a beautiful weekend. It seems like it. It seems like, Virgo, you can really get some things done this weekend. You know, get excited about what you're going to do for the spring and the summer, okay? This is when you start implementing All right. And just remember, these are general readings. If you would like a personal reading with me, all the info is there for you. So, Virgo, without further ado, let's do this. All right. So, a lot of you could be stuck with some uncertainty. We need to let that go. Yeah, exactly. Set yourself free from it with the Judgment card. We've got the Moon, the Judgment card, and the Three of Pentacles. All right. So, what this tells me is that we're getting too much in our emotions. We're trying to figure it all out and control it. And control is an illusion, Virgo. So what we need to do is set ourselves free from others' judgments, our judgments. Stop it. The criticism is deep here. Instead, Three of Pentacles, work towards being recognized and rewarded. Maybe instead of isolating yourself, maybe be around the people that you love and do something. I was just telling Capricorn that. If you're feeling left out and isolated and all that, that's almost like a selfish thing. What you want to do is do something for somebody else. It will totally take you out of that vibe and make you feel good. You know what I mean? So when we're feeling isolated and alone, open up to service. And you are all about service in some way. So there's no doubt about it. But the Three of Pentacles can show some recognition here. Okay? So don't worry. That's the big thing. Don't worry it. You know, you don't know what's going to happen, but you do know it's going to be the best for you. I can tell you that. All right. So let's get some oracles. Yeah, you could be dealing with some past stuff that you need to get rid of, or this weekend is just kind of, be playful energy. Six of Cups also is reminiscent of children and things too, so be aware of that. We have giving and receiving. Again, this is beautiful energy. Another 6. Reciprocating, of course, and 3 of Pentacles, again, reach out. So reach out to some people. We've got 2 3s, 2 6s. Okay. Something's at work here. Let's go ahead and look at relationships. Maybe you're still wanting to get rid of some old residual energy from an old relationship, something of that nature. Be aware of that, okay? Ooh. All right, is that it? Yeah, wow. Wow, okay, so it's a big deal. The Hermit and the Strength card. You have the power and the strength to go within. The answers are within you, of course. But this is also you coming out of your shell. And so far, it's like the same message that we just did for Capricorn, just in a different style here. But it's the same message. You could be coming out of your hermit. So reach out to people, especially people that will help you to maybe you need a lot of things done and you can't do it by yourself. And it's probably driving you nuts, so go ahead and ask for help. It will pay off, okay? Especially when it comes to your relationships. Maybe you're coming out of the single zone and opening up to the possibilities of a relationship. Because we've been talking about one for a long time. All right, so again, this could show where the work is broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Yuck. We need to set ourselves free from that. We need to have our people around. You know what I mean? Okay, let's do what's the vibe. Interesting. All right, let's see. What else are we adding to this for Virgo? Okay, all right. So we have a longing. Someone from the past may be coming into, reunion, let's talk, missing you. Oh boy. Virgo, trust your heart, because if they were shit, running, escape, denial, and excuses. Okay, so maybe you're just prolonging this inevitable thing. You need to embrace it. You know what I mean? I don't know. That seems very specific for some of you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get a closing message for you. So, you may be getting a message from the past. Oh boy. Closing message is make better fucking choices. Okay, so let's not Let's not go to the past energy. You know what I'm saying? If you're pissed at where you are, then stop taking yourself there. Really? Again, this shows breaking old patterns. That's what I think. If you want my honest and professional opinion, I think that's exactly what that entails for you, Virgo. And you can do it, especially leading up to the full moon for next week, all right? So, Virgo, that is going to do it for your your freaking weekend. Holy shit. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. And all that good stuff. All right, Virgo, I'm telling you, reach out to your peeps. Have some fun. Again, this weekend's energy is all about opening up to having fun, and especially not being isolated, but having people around you, especially the ones that love you. And there are so many around you that do, all right? So let's take you off the board. Thank you so much, Virgo, and see who is next. Let's give this a tussle. And we got Gemini. Welcome, Gemini, to the freaking weekend. Boom, there you go. Welcome. Hope you are ready to have a good weekend. Again, Gemini, this is your weekend tarot vibe. It is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading with me, well, you can go ahead and click the link in the description and it'll bring you to my booking page. I will hook you up in person or online. I got you. All right, Gemini, without further ado, let's do it. Okay. All right, we got a lot to say. Gemini's always got a lot to say. Gemini, I think for you right now, you need some rest. I think you need to kind of sit in the energy and just take it easy, okay? You got a lot of ideas, write them down, lots of communication coming in. Again, so get some rest while you can, because things are going to pick up here. 6 of Pentacles to the 9 of Pentacles. This is great. This is great energy here. I like that a lot. Beautiful. Let's open up to it, okay? Feet on the ground, be practical. You know, lots of pentacles here. Maybe it's just a job well done this week, you know? So this weekend, you kind of settle in. But opportunities here and getting some rest, that's the big thing. Because you're going to be getting some invites, maybe some impromptu visits, something like that. But you know what? Open up to it. Open up to it. Again, you've probably just been burning the candle at both ends. Yeah, look at that. The Tower. Yeah, it's probably been a little chaotic, so put that to rest this week. And love abounds with the Ace of Cups. This is filling your cup first. Again, self-care this weekend. And then you can open up to the opportunities. I think you'll be, again, Gemini, you can handle all that. So, you know, it's rest, then let's go. See us doing something this weekend. Maybe Friday you just take it easy, and Saturday and Sunday it's, you know, Saturday you probably sleep in, you need that, and then it's just full bore, okay? And that's good. Now let's look at relationships. What's going on with our relationships? All right. Again, maybe putting some things to rest, especially old relationships, things that don't need it. We're rebuilding ours also, but it takes communication. Not isolation, not being totally cut off. Your ruler is now moving forward, so that's great. It's out of retrograde. And the Queen of Cups is just kind of going with the flow this weekend. You know, trust your intuition. Roll into this. Could be getting some extra hours at work for some of you too. Just let go of, oh man, I'm wasting my weekend. Nope, you're building the empire, you know what I mean? Okay. And for a lot of Geminis, it's sleep in, get some rest, put some things to rest, you know? Yeah, especially because you've just been stressed out, you know what I mean? Turbulence, tension, maybe some arguments. Again, communication is key, so remember that, okay? Let's do What's the Vibe? Ooh, whoa. All right, what do we have for What's the Vibe? Yeah, putting to rest this kind of energy. Abusive, unpredictable. We're putting this to rest. Maybe this is with ourselves or with somebody else, and we're just staying away from that. Apology. rash actions, being insincere, arrogant. Again, you may have some falling outs with people, but you know what? Heal yourself. Don't take it personally. All right? And if you need to apologize, again, communication is key this weekend. All right? Let's get... Wow, that went fast. Wow. Let's get your closing message, Gemini. 'Cause we love you. Is that one? Okay. All right, so again, we need to work on this. Drop the fucking ego. So put that to rest. The defensiveness, all of that. That's what ego is, you know? Instead, vulnerability is hot as fuck. And that's true. It's okay to make yourself vulnerable. It's okay to apologize. It's okay for you to say, all right, you know what? We need to move on from this. It's you being okay with it. And I think it works out for you this weekend, all right? You got the energy for it. We've got a full moon. Start releasing stuff now. You know what I mean? Let it go. All right. Gemini, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Wow. So it's a good weekend to let the stress go. Go do things that are mutually receptive. You know what I mean? And just enjoy yourself. Nurture, nurture, nurture. All right, Gemini, thank you so much for watching. Let's take you off the board and keep it rolling. Who's this? Pisces. Welcome, Pisces. Moving right along. Moving right along. Let's put Pisces on the board. Moving right along. Welcome, Pisces. Hope you had a great week. You know, we're realizing things that we've got to let go, of course. But how's the weekend going to go for Pisces? Let's see. Thank you so much for being here. Just so you know, this is a general reading. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can go ahead and click the link in the description, and it will bring you to my booking page. It will tell you everything you need to know for in-person reading, scheduling an in-person reading, or online. So just so you are aware of that, I am available anywhere in the known galaxy. So, okay, let's see. What do we got? Wow, the King of Swords wanted to come out. It kind of flipped over weird, and I put it back in the deck, and here it is. Okay, so Nine of Swords to the Hangman. We need to get ourselves unstuck from the anxiousness that we're feeling. Let's work on this. How do we do this? Okay, it's the kings that tell us how. The King of Swords doesn't freak out. The King of Swords kind of sees this as, all right, this is a stepping stone to something different here. I got to look at the long game. I'm using my wisdom. The owl is wise. The crow is all seeing. You know, the bat is stealthy. You know, uses its radar. Got to approach this differently. King of Wands is doing things differently and just building up that strength. It's all building towards something here with the Three of Wands. You know, body, mind, and spirit. That's the way I look at it. You know, body, mind, spirit is being on board and not being stuck in, you know what I mean? Don't need it. Communicate and change. All right, Pisces? Let's get some oracles. But Three of Wands is, you know, you're moving towards, again, something a little bit more in your vision, in your field, instead of so left. You follow me? Okay. Let's... Wow, these just want to come out really weird. Anything else? There it is. Boom. Yeah. Again. Nine of Swords. Again. Let's not fear anything. Let's turn our backs on those. How? We change our focus. With the Five of Cups. Stop focusing on all of this. We really need to release this for this new moon. I mean, this full moon that's coming up. All right, make sure you check out your midweek reset for that. Crown chakra is, all right, universe, show me how good it can get. Let's go. Opportunity beckons with the Four of Cups. This is not turning your back on an opportunity here that you've been waiting for. Just because it's not here yet doesn't mean you're not getting it. It just simply means you're not aligned to it. Okay? Now, let's get relationships vibes. Let's see what's going on with that. Oh, there's cards falling all over the fucking place. All right, let's see what's going on here. Okay. Got that one that fell. Yeah, no more wishy-washiness. See, again, what are you doing? What are you doing? Change your focus. That's what you do. Look at this beautiful energy. This is probably what's got you freaked out. You're going in a new direction here. And you don't know how it's going to turn out. So what you do is you spin it on its ass and go, I do know this. It's going to be the best for me. I'm open to it. Let's go, universe. And the lovers, well, don't turn your back on an opportunity here to have things come together. You just got to do things differently. You're starting to spiral down the drain, Pisces. Don't do it this weekend. All right? Let's get Heart's Hidden Secrets. It was just a rough week, you know? And this is cause for celebration in a way. You know what I mean? I'm going to do all three of these. Yeah. Okay. So instead, open up to the possibilities this weekend. Yes, be free-spirited, adventure, risks. That's what it shows, especially in your relationships with the Fool here. Don't be foolish. Don't turn your back on an opportunity because you're conflicted. You know, you got to make some decisions, so do it. You're hot and cold. You got multiple choices. Choose one, the highest and the best for you. Allow your intuition to step in and do that also. And a focus on family, fertility, parenthood, pregnancy. It's just a focus on family every time, you know, just, all right, if that's what you want, then that's what you're going to get, you know, but again, let's get what's the vibe. Maybe that's what you're conflicted about. Kids don't help relationships. I'm going to tell you that, you know, so if you're like, oh, we need to save our relationship, but it's not. Okay. This almost looks like a fear here. Distance, divorce, ghosted, separation. And it's so different. I mean, you want to talk about conflicted. Here it is. What are you doing? You know, it's time to release. I'm telling you, the best thing you could do this weekend. All right. And for fuck's sake, change your focus. Look at all the things you do have, you know, your family, the possibilities. Okay. Maybe it's just this. Maybe this weekend's a good time to detox. Nothing wrong with that. And detoxing isn't just, you know, drinking some horrible concoction and, you know, having the squirts all weekend. You know, it's what it is drink a smoothie, unfriend that asshole, and throw some shit out. It could be all of those things. It's just not detoxing the body. It's the mind. It's the space. It's everything. Okay, so just remember that. All right, Pisces, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe and all that, and have a great weekend. And just kind of change your focus and change your life. You know what I mean? We're too busy focusing on things we don't need to get focused on, you know? It's fear. It could be just a shitty week, but detox yourself from all that. All right, Pisces? Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. And let's take you off the board and see who is next. And it's Libra. Okay. Libra, welcome to the freaking weekend. Let's get the vibe for you. Man, I'm just moving right along with these, you know? The energy feels quickened now. At the beginning of the spring equinox, it was kind of soft launch, you know? The spring kind of said, you know what, we're gonna do a soft launch. And now I think we're starting to calibrate into this beautiful rush of energy, okay? Just be mindful, Libra. And we got that full moon happening in your sign next week on April Fools, so be aware of that also, okay? Make sure you check out the midweek reset. So, without further ado, let's get... Ooh, okay, is that it? Yeah, though. Did you see the way those flipped out like that? Absolutely. You've got an opportunity here, Libra, okay? Out of the blue, to really walk away from what no longer serves you. The 8 of Cups and the 10 of Wands clearly shows that. Clearing the clutter. Body, mind, and spirit, just like I was telling Pisces, is you've got an opportunity here to just clear the board, wipe the board clean. That's good. That is good energy, okay? So be aware of that. Let's go ahead and get your oracles. Wow. Yeah. Opportunities coming out of the blue. You know what I mean? Oh, that one wants to stay. So what oracles do we have for this weekend for Libra? Okay, so we've got the Devil and the Two of Swords. Don't be tempted to see what's going on here. Let's not be indecisive. In fact, simply love, so maybe you're letting go definitely of something from the past here that you're dealing with. Eight of Wands is success and growth. It also shows communication, opportunities coming in, so be aware of that. And that whistle's going off, so pay attention. All right. Let's go ahead and see relationships. That Six of Cups, that Eight of Cups, something. You're refusing to see that probably you still got some residual shit to work on, and that's okay. This is the weekend to do it, for real. Yeah, look at this. Beautiful energy, lots of change. Ace of Wands, love it. Four of Wands, love it even more. This is just, you know, after we've released this is the celebration of it, you know? Opening up to more possibilities in our relationships. And I think that's kind of like the theme for this weekend's energy is possibilities. Like everyone basically got the possibilities card, or options at least. So I think a lot of you Libras may be getting some shit done around the house, and it works out great. You feel so much better. Yeah, look at that. Releasing, letting go, moving on, and walking away. I mean, it couldn't be any clearer here. Absolutely. And this is really important for you to do starting now into the next full moon. So you could be ahead of the game here, Libra, and there's nothing wrong with that, okay? So let's get, what's the vibe? Some of you may be refusing to see that you do have some stuff to let go. It's all right. It's all right. There's nothing wrong with that. We just need to get rid of it. All right, see, this is also what we need to get rid of. You know, worry and fear, emotions. We're refusing to see that our emotions cause these waves in our life. So calm your storm, all right? And suffering and silence. Unspoken desires, real feelings, broken dreams. Let's release all this. No more suffering and silence. I really do think that a lot of you are making that change, and that's important, and that's good. That's really good. All right, so let's get a closing message for you. What else do we have for Libra to close this out? Okay. Interesting. Libra, for some of you, you just need a good fucking cry, okay? Again, emotional release of some sort. Get the ugly cry on. Let that shit go. Your soul will thank you. And that is so important right now. Okay? Really, this is important. Release those emotions. If it's just not a cry, maybe you just got to go out in the middle of the woods and scream. It helps so much. Just don't do it to somebody else, okay? Unless they deserved it. All right, Libra, that is going to do it for your God damn it, your freaking weekend. I keep thinking of midweek reset. You can watch that, though, if you haven't. Check that out. That's posted on Wednesdays. All right, Libra, release this weekend. You're going to feel so much better, especially, you know, I got a feeling it's letting go of physical things also, like cleaning the house and, you know, maybe cleaning up your yard, something like that. Maybe you're house hunting. It's releasing all of this emotional turmoil that you've been dealing with. You probably thought you were good, and you've got some more work to do, and there's nothing wrong with that. So sending you lots of love and healing, okay? Libra, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. We're clearing the board, and we're going to see who is next. Oh, Cancer tried to jump out, but I got you. Cancer, welcome. Let's get your freaking weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Again, Cancer, these are general readings. If you would like a personal reading with me, mano y mano, in person or online, you can check out my page, my link in the description, and it'll bring you to my booking page, and we'll be set. Boys and girls, we'll be set. Okay? And I'm galactic. I'm everywhere in the galaxy. All right, so all right, could be a little confusion and difficulty here about where you're going this weekend, Cancer, but I really think that you need to make a choice. You just can't make the same choice that you used to. It's no longer safe. I do want you to know that once you make this choice, you're definitely moving into calmer waters. Maybe that's the choice you have to make. Why am I surrounded by all this drama? I'm choosing to pull myself out of it. I don't need that. I don't need to pull my hair out trying to decide what I'm doing. In fact, I'm going to do what makes me feel good. And I'm moving towards that. Now, that's the energy you take, okay? All right? The Seven of Cups always shows confusion and decisions to make. The Six of Swords always says, listen, you're moving out of the stormy waters, but you can't use the same mental processes you've used before. Not an option, okay? And the Knight of Wands is always, all right, I got this. I'm moving towards this. This is the weekend I'm doing it. Very good. And this energy for this weekend moves along with that, okay? So let's get some oracles for you and see. Is that it? Yeah. Wow, yeah, manifest. The Magician. You got all the tools to do it. Allow the universe to guide you. Again, if you can't make the choice, all right, say, all right, universe, make this choice for me. Not that I can't, but show me some signs. Hopefully this reading will be your sign, okay? Let's look at relationships and love. Oh, okay. Is that it? Yeah. Yeah. No more wishy-washiness. Again, the Six of Swords is saying, mentally, you've got to get out of this. It's this indecision. It's trying to juggle two things at once. See a lot of spinning plates in your relationships. Why? Maybe you just need to drop some of them. They don't serve you. Maybe that's what this is all about. And you'll feel so much better when you do, you know? Interesting. Let's get Heart's Hidden Secrets. And see what we have. Yeah, depth. Again, this could be about your relationships, adding depth to your relationships, being aware of which ones make you feel good and which don't, which ones are more important to you, and which ones do you value the most. You know? You can base your decision on that, okay? Let's get what's the vibe. Okay, yeah, again, consequences, bad choices, games, mixed signals. You need more depth. You need more importance. You need more value than just playing games. I think that's the other thing. That's the indecision. If you're a game player, the game's playing you. You know what I mean? This may be an apology. Maybe you're just being too arrogant, rash actions, and insincere, which leads to consequences. So again, and I've been saying this for a while, say the thing, do the thing, for Christ's sake. You'll feel so much better when you do. You know what I mean? So do it. All right. Damn. Let's get a closing message for you, Cancer. Damn. So you got to make a decision here. It'll be so much better. I've been saying that. This could be something totally different. Shit is going down with your job. Again, that may be what you're indecisive about. Reevaluate, change your perspective, or fucking quit. Again, why keep yourself in that? Again, However, there is a thing of bad choices, so be aware of that. We don't quit unless there's a plan B. You need to be guided. I think that's the big thing. Open up to guidance. All right, universe, show me the way. Show me the way. Oh, I can't believe I just sang some Doors. Ugh. All right, that's going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, Cancer. All right, so again, you got to make a choice. I think this could be just life in general for you. You know what I mean? But you'll feel so much happier when you do. Okay? Have some fun this weekend. Bang that drum. Okay? All right, Cancer. That is going to do it for your freaking week. Excuse me. Got the burps. Have a great weekend. Sending you lots of energy, and let's take you off the board and see who is next. All right, let's see who's next, and it's Aquarius. Welcome, Aquarius, to the freaking weekend. Let's put you on the board. Boom, there you go, baby. Hope you are having a great weekend. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, Aquarius. Hope things are going good for you. We had a weird reading, I think, last for the midweek reset. Make sure you check that out. Available to you on Wednesdays, always, always, always. And don't forget, these are general readings. If you want a personal reading with me, you can book yours now. All the info is in the description. And it looks like the fucking computer is fucking up. Where is it? Let's just wait a little bit and see why this is overloading. Shouldn't be. Let's see. Maybe that will help. CPU. Hang on, Aquarius. You know, just because we're coming out of that retrograde, don't mean that it still ain't happening. You know what I mean? Especially with some of that stuff. All right, so it seems like we're good. All right, now, Aquarius, let's get the vibe. All right, is that it? Yes. Okay. Yep. All right. So I'm going to give you a sneak peek into this weekend. Whatever you have been kind of waiting for is actually on its way to you. However, there's 3 things that you need to do and need to be aware of and implement before this even happens. Okay. First of all, I think for a lot of you Aquariuses, all right, you're waiting for the weekend. You know what I mean? You've had it for the week. That's good. You've really been waiting for some time off. However, how you spend this time is crucial, all right? 5 of Cups shows that you're wasting your energy on something. Shoulda, woulda, coulda. Any kind of, ruminating about the past. No, we don't have that. We're not going to have that. So the 9 of Wands is saying, number 1, you're resilient. You got this. But what it's also saying is take down your walls, okay? You're a little too defensive. You're defending this that you need to let go of. You're probably even pissed that I'm saying it. Oh well. But the Strength card says you're strong enough to get through this. You're strong enough to endure this week or whatever these changes are that you're feeling, all right? And the 3 of Wands is being perfectly aligned and just knowing that it's coming to you. I think that's the approach, okay? Now, let's get some oracles. But it shows you like kind of rising from the ashes here, you know what I mean? But what are you wasting your time on? And I think that's important for you, is no time wasting, And don't get mad at me because I'm saying you're wasting your time. You know you are. I guarantee it. All right, number 1, opportunity beckons, so don't turn your back on whatever this opportunity is. Again, don't waste your time putting your focus on something else, okay? Awaiting results. Yes, that's right. We're kind of like in this in-between period, and it's okay. We need to align ourselves. 3 of Cups is celebrating, so it's gonna happen. And the 3 of Wands, again, take the lead. That's right. And we've got 333, so let's put it on the board. And that's all about growth, creativity, and divine support. So your numbers for this weekend, Aquarius, are 333. That has to do with growth, things coming together. Okay? You've been waiting for this. Know it's coming to you. Start celebrating like it's already here, all right? Let's look at relationships. What do I keep? Those. Wow, everyone's kind of like been getting 2 cards. That's it. Yeah, putting some shit to rest. That's a big one. Putting some shit to rest and opening up to a new opportunity here. Again, it looks like the opportunity is coming to you. You're reaching for it. You're going for it. And the computer is once again screwing up. Unbelievable. All right, I think we're good. Okay, Aquarius, you're making the cameras and stuff glitch out. Okay, opportunity comes here when you put some stuff to rest. So be aware of that. All right. Let's get some more oracles. Let's get some more insight into this weekend for you. There it is. Oh, okay. Ecstasy. Okay, chasing thrills, excitement, good time. That's what you focus on. I do see a good time here. I think you're long overdue for one. So make sure that you allow yourself the grace of doing that, okay? Ecstasy. 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 Okay, all right. Yeah. And this is what we don't want to do. See, so it's kind of showing you the result first and then showing you what is actually going on here. You're over your head. You're overextended. You've hit rock bottom. So if you've hit rock bottom, the only thing I can tell you, Aquarius, is that that's as far as you can go. So there's only one direction now, and that's up. Okay? The pendulum swing of life. If it swings in the, rock bottom portion, the negative part, it can only mean that it's going to swing to the positive, going up now with just as much equal force. Remember that. Okay, let's go ahead and get your closing message for you. So again, you're moving towards it, but don't waste your time or energy on people, places, or things. Closing message is this. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. It's dark and you can't see a fucking thing. Get your head out of your ass. Pronto. Everything here is saying that. It really is. In the most polite way until the last message, where that's it. That's all you needed to see. So be aware of that, Aquarius, okay? So with that being said, thank you so much for watching. That is your freaking weekend. I hope it is a freaking good weekend. It looks like it, 3 of Cups says you're celebrating. But if you waste your energy, time, and resources, I don't know about that, Aquarius, then it all goes verklempt. Don't forget, your numbers are 333. You'll probably see those a lot this weekend, reminding you to align, okay? All right, Aquarius, thank you so much for watching. I'm going to take you off the board, and let's see who's next, and it's Scorpio. Scorpio, welcome to your freaking weekend. Let's put you on the board, and before Jeffy begins, he's going to have a sip of his tea. Yeah. All right, Scorpio, did we put you on the board? Yes, okay. Let's get your cards ready. Welcome. I hope you are already on your way to a fantastic weekend. Maybe it's been one of those weeks, you know what I mean? But now, you get to relax. Okay? So, let's see what we have. Let's split the deck for you. Don't forget, this is a general reading, and personal readings are available in person or online. You just go ahead and click the link in the description and I will hook you up. All right, Scorpio, let's get the vibe for this weekend. All right. Ooh, okay. 7 of Swords. Nope. Six of Wands and the Three of Cups. Good energy, but I just don't like this. This is you talking yourself out of things. This is you listening to other people's bullshit. You know what I mean? It's self-deception. Don't rob yourself of a good weekend. What you do is just focus on victory and success. It could be a change for you, and that's necessary. Instead of this, that's for sure. But the Three of Cups is good energy. Three of Cups is celebrating. It's rejoicing. Another week has passed by and you fucking survived it. It could be getting together with friends, family, that kind of thing also. Okay? So let's get your oracles for this weekend. I switch off, if you didn't know. I got the 2 Psychic Tarot decks and I switch off. The weeklies that happen on Wednesday, those backs are blue, and the weekends are green. All right, so, little fun fact. 8 of Cups. No, this is the 8 of Swords. What am I talking about? Yeah, 8 of Swords, stuck. Stuck in your thoughts. Not just good for you anymore. Keep the vision in your mind. Focus on success with the 6 here, the 6s. Pay attention. Just breathe this weekend. Again, no sweating, man. No sweating. And another 6 with the Lovers card. So focus on relationships, not letting yourself be deceived. We've got the mark of the devil with us. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. 666 is just fiction. What it really means is realignment. And that's harmony in relationships. And that's also reflection. That's very, very needed for you. So, the mark of the beast. It's not. You see how things in spirituality have been co-opted to be synonymous with evil? I almost think that was designed that way. You know what I mean? All right, very good on the relationship sector. Again, another 6 of Swords, moving from this stuck energy. Very good. Because you're strong enough, of course, Scorpio, of course. Absolutely, you are strong enough. And then we have the Chariot, focusing on success. And I love this, the Ace of Cups. So maybe you're getting an opportunity to actually fill your cup. You know, I like it. I like it. This is one of the positive readings for this weekend. That's for sure. So let's go ahead. We'll get some more insight because you know I just like to go deeper. Bitterness. So this is what we need to work on. What am I doing? I go to the face camera. Bitterness. That reminds me of the Tower of Power album cover. All right, resentment, anger, hurtful words. He hurt me with his words. Scorpio, you know you got a problem doing that. You have a forked tongue, that's for sure. Your stinger is actually your tongue. Because you can really dole that bullshit out, you know what I'm saying? So be careful. All right, let's get... Hold on, I'm gonna fix my goddamn hair. I took a look in the camera. I was like, ooh, I desperately need a haircut. I really don't desperately need a haircut. I just want to grow it out a little bit for the summer. So when I do get it cut, you know, I'm not looking like I'm going to the military. Okay, hat's crooked. Great. That's a great look. That's a great look. Okay, yeah. It's going to have to do. All right, let's get, what's the vibe? Again, I could cut that out. I could totally cut that part out. But there's no fun in it, you know? I'm a real dude. I'm going to have problems just like you. All right, nurturing, mentorship, wisdom, giving back. A big message this weekend is about giving back. And I heard something this morning before I even hit record about giving back. And they say that if you feel lonely, if you feel isolated, if you feel left out, in order to shift you out of this mindset, you go and be of service to somebody in some way, shape, or form. Do something good for somebody. And that changes that mindset. You feel, accomplished. So very important. I don't know. That just hit me in a good way. And I might be misquoting it, but yeah, that means that if you're feeling like down on yourself, you're being selfish. Maybe it's just a new spin on an old technique. I don't know. All right, so let's get a closing message for you. So there's a nurturing energy here when we let go of the stuck mentality that we're in. Okay? All right, put the fucking phone down. Put the fucking phone down. Too much screen time is making you awkward and sad. Go talk to a live person. Again, just like we were talking about, this might be nurture and foster your relationships. Get in harmony with your relationships. And you don't have to force it. You just be your true self with no defenses, no agenda. You're not trying to figure out, Scorpios try to think they're all armchair psychologists and can pick your brain apart. And it's just built on paranoia. I know, because I have Scorpio rising. All right, so Scorpio, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe, of course. Don't forget to check out all the wonderful things available to you here at Raise Your Vibration TV. For now, we're going to get a message from our sponsors. Thank you, Jeff. Remember that diet? It was like a diet pill. Of course, my mom had it. She was into all the diet fads, but it was called AIDS. It was like these little like chews. They kind of looked like caramels, and they were horrible. I would eat them like candy. But they were called AIDS. I mean, Google that shit. And now, a word from our sponsor, AIDS. That didn't age well at all. All right, Scorpio, have yourself a great weekend. Okay? I love you all. Let's see who's next. Oh, lickety split. Look at that. Lovely Leo, prancing into the studio. Look at you. Wow. You sexy motherfucker. Leo, welcome to your freaking weekend. Let's get the vibe for you. Yes, Leo. We got, right around our birthdays, July and August, Leo, we got some big stuff coming up. You know what I mean? That can be monumental for us. So let's clear out the fucking closet while we can. You know what I mean? Get rid of all the shit now in the spring so we can be open to lots of great energy is happening in our sign at that time. So we'll talk about that as the months progress, all right? So don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And reminder, these are general readings. And if you want a personal reading with me, well, then all you have to do is click the link in the description. It'll bring you to my booking page. We will hook up and we will have a great conversation about you. All right? So Leo, fellow kings and queens, let's do this. Okay, you know what? This looks like an energy of going within this weekend. Really trusting your intuition, your inner wisdom. Trust your gut this weekend. It's trying to tell you something. Your guides are trying to tell you something. It's also a reminder with the King of Cups is to settle your storm. Don't let emotions overwhelm you. Don't let emotions get to you. It is pouring like a son of a bitch outside. And the Chariot. Focus on success. Movement this weekend. Again, you might be doing dueling banjos. You might have some time alone. You might actually work on yourself that time alone. Meditate, get in tune with yourself. And also be, it might be a busy weekend for you. I think either way, you'll be just fine. You enjoy that. I mean, Leos do love to bask in the sun, but we're mostly moving, man. We're getting shit done. And that's good. That's good. It feels good to do that, all right? So, But the Hermit is, keep to yourself. Don't let your emotions, don't say something you're going to regret or something like that, okay? Chill. A nice slow burn. All right, look at this. So we've got observe. Where's your thinking going? Check out the situation, Just breathe. I love this. Just breathe this weekend. Just take a deep breath. Again, relax. Control. You know what? Regulate your nervous system. Joy and stability. That's what you focus on. And love with the Lover's card. Okay. All right. Leo, I think we don't need to argue with that. Most of us Leos are probably going, so where's it at? I know I am, but I know why it's not that. Because I'm doing it right now. I'm observing that I'm not in a relationship because I'm still hung up on some, trust issues and all that. And all I need to do is focus on success. Just breathe, joy and stability. You love yourself. And I think that's what I'm learning to do is after all these years is finally loving myself, loving the time that I spend alone with God. Is that a lyric? Little River Band. Yeah, that's what it is. Little River Band. The piano. It's a song. Time for a cool change, and it goes. If there's one thing in my life that's missing, it's the time that I spend alone. Yeah, that's what I was going for that. Damn. Four of Cups, don't you turn your back on an opportunity here. You better count your blessings. But we've got 444 here. Leo. Magic numbers. Angel numbers. There's a message involved with this. What is it? You are protected. And you're stable. You have the stability. Pay attention to 444, okay? King of Cups, again. So some Leos could be meeting a match, maybe that's what you're aligning yourself to, that perfect match. Yeah, the High Priestess here. The 2, perfect match. The yin and the yang, open up to it. Maybe that's what you're doing. Maybe you know that you're stable enough to open up to a relationship. A lot of people think, oh, well, I don't need to... I don't deserve to be in a relationship because I need more stability in my life. I think maybe, again, the message is you got this, kid. But don't turn your back on an opportunity here. So Leos may be possibly getting an offer. It looks like you take it. We got that cup being handed to you on the 4 here, and then we got the cup you're holding here. Okay? Beauty. That's what I was focusing on when you walked into the room, Leo. You're charming, you're graceful, and you're kind-hearted. This is where this pays off, okay? Your inner beauty. That's what sells the sizzle. Not what you do, but that inner beauty, okay? And Leos just shine. You know what I'm saying? We do, don't we? We sure do. Let's get what's the vibe. Ooh. Again, we do these short and sweet. Just a vibe check. I see a lot of tarot readers do it out there. And it's fun. All right, so we've got exhausted with, God, that's such a smart move to put white on white. Burned out, burdened, and empty. Again, so again, maybe that's what some of us need is just that downtime. There's nothing wrong with getting some downtime, Leo. So allow yourself that grace, okay? Get your beauty rest. You know what I mean? But opening up to a good time won't hurt either. All right. Let's get a closing message for you, Leo. Let's see. What do we got? Okay. Well, I couldn't take those first ones because, wow. Okay, so we've got a theme going on here. Definitely. Love. Love what you do. Love yourself. Love everything about you. Okay? Love. Get some, give some. It'll cheer your ass up. I don't have to say anything else. Leo, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. I keep saying midweek reset. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to watch your midweek reset, of course. And yeah, let's clear the board. Have a great weekend. Leo, something's up. What's the love? Love, 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 love. Something's up. All right, Leo. Have a great weekend. Thank you for watching. Let's take you off the board and see who is next. All right. And it's Aries. Aries, welcome to the freaking weekend. Let's put you on the board. Boom. Happy birthday. You may be celebrating your birthday this weekend. I hope you are. Excuse me. Hope you're having a good time. Maybe you got something to say this weekend. Uh-oh. I wouldn't fret it though, you know, but that's what we got. That's what we got. So let's go ahead and get the vibe for you. Okay, thank you so much for being here, Aries. Just so you know, these are general readings. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can go ahead and click the link in the description. All the info is there for you, all right? Let's gonna give this one more shuffle. I know there's, yeah, I knew there was one more in there. All right, let's do this, yeah. Okay, so the devil is out, the star is out, and the 10 of cups. This is great energy. However, don't be tempted to think that the universe doesn't have your back on this. Don't be tempted to start believing that your wishes will never come true. The 10 of cups always says it. And the universe says to the star energy, close your eyes, make a wish. Okay? Very important. So, 10 of cups, great energy, feeling good, family time, whatever it may be. Okay, let's get some oracles. But that devil, yeah. And it's reiterating that with change your focus. With the 5 of cups, don't sit in this shitty energy. Change it, okay? The third eye chakra, the purple here kind of relates to the stars. Keep this vision in your mind, this happy ending. The 10 of cups is a good time. So keep your eye on the focus of a good time. Don't let your, I don't know, insecurities, uncertainty ruin that for you, all right? Okay, I had to wet my whistle. Let's go ahead and check out relationships and love and all that. Yeah, my cards don't want to go together. Usually when they do that, it's because you're kind of resisting something in some way when it comes to your relationships. All right, yeah, the 3 of swords. So you're still focused on whatever's going on here, and the temptation is to keep focused on that. And the universe is saying, no, change your focus. You're holding back, just like I said, with the 4 of Pentacles. You just focus on victory and success. Another 6. Okay, I love that. Could be celebrating an engagement or some kind of wedding function or something like that. Very good. Yeah. Yeah, what's going on here, Aries? Pain, apprehensive, afraid, being cautious. Yeah, and that's the temptation. Don't sit in that energy, all right? Let's get what's the vibe. Interesting. Okay, well, this could explain it. You know, maybe there's some ego problems, an opportunist. Maybe you're just feeling too fragile. You know, this could go both ways. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling it from both parties, if that makes any sense. All right. So let's get a closing message for you. Wow, that was fast. Focus. Thank you. Get the fuck outside and move your ass. Your body is pissed at you. All right, so Maybe maybe you're having some pain and you're apprehensive about that. Maybe movement will kind of get that kink out. I'm not a doctor by any means, so you know what I mean? But it's time to move out of this energy. It's time to change your focus. It's a big tell, okay? So again, focus on, but the ending here is fantastic. So don't fret it. All right, Aries? Okay, that is going to do it for your freaking weekend. Wow. I'm sending you lots of healing energy so you can move on from this, but you're holding on to some pain that you need to let go of. And you'll feel so much happier when you do, because this is the best card you can get in the deck, hands down. All right? Okay, Aries, I love you all. Thank you so much for watching. Let's take you off the board and see who's next. What do we got left? Okay. All right, it's Sag. Welcome, Sagittarius, to your freaking weekend. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get your cards ready. Let's get the vibe. Let's get the vibe for you, Sagittarius. How's things going? How's tricks? How's things? Hope you're managing and weathering the storm. You know, your ruler is starting forward motion now, so that's gotta be some kind of relief for you. Let me know in the comments, you know? All right, Sag, don't forget, these are general readings, but if you'd like a personal reading with me, in person or online, click the link in the description and I am your dude. So let's do this without any other words from our sponsors. Let's get going. Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna put that there. Should I? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Wow. All right. Interesting energy here, but I'm gonna go to the ending. I like it. A change is needed, and you're gonna be celebrating that. Maybe you're thinking of moving or cleaning something out of your house. I mean, I think there's an overhaul that's long overdue. Let's look at these two over here. The Death and Rebirth card and the Hermit card. It's an end to maybe being alone. It's an end to kind of going within. It's time to kind of get yourself out there, I think. You know what I mean? I think you need to cut a rug this weekend. Everything will balance out with the Justice card and the Queen of Cups. You just need to go with the flow, all right? It's an end to try and think that you know everything. For some reason, I'm just getting that message. But the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands is, you know what? A change will do you good. Isn't that a Sheryl Crow song? I think a change will do you good, will do you good. A change will do you good. I think a change will do you good. Okay, so make it happen. Go with the flow this weekend. If you just need to spend some time alone, then maybe that's what it is, but I actually think you're ready to just get out and have some fun. Heal. Yes, it's a time to heal. Some of you are taking that time to do that this weekend. And dreams coming true. I like that. The Nine of Cups there. Really like that. All right, let's look at relationships and love. Looks like a time to celebrate. It's a time to get things done. So if healing's on the board, then so be it. You know, it's time to put some balance back into your life. Maybe all work and no play makes Sagittarius a very dull boy or girl. All right, don't be tempted to get stuck in your ways. Sag, you're being called out, especially when it comes to plans with your relationship, you know, your significant other or something like that. Again, the Wheel of Fortune is on your side, so there's a message here, Sag, to just go with the flow, to just let events unfold in front of you, and you will be so happy when you do. You know what I mean? You can be dealing with one of the fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, or Aquarius. But don't take the blindfold off. Maybe you're trying to fit everything in this weekend. Go with the flow. What takes priority, what doesn't, okay? All right, I like that. It's a very simple message. Change the way you do things, and change will shower you with good times. Okay, so let's get some more insight to what we have. Oh, which ones do I keep? None? Okay. That's a first. There were like 6 cards. I thought there was just 2. All right, what else do we have for Sag for this weekend? All right, okay. Distracted, sidetracked, change, delays. Again, there may be change in plans. It's okay. Don't freak out. Open your heart. Yeah, be receptive, have empathy, and allow yourself the vulnerability. I like that. Again, keep your heart open. Keep things in the, okay, I'm going with the flow. All right, universe, let's see how this weekend unfolds. I'm going with it. I'm not resisting it. It'll be good. Okay, let's get, what's the vibe? Okay, what else do we have? Yeah, see, this is what we don't want. Trapped. Stuck. No options. Unforgiveness. Again, we need to work on these things. You need to heal yourself of these things, of course. Open your heart and do all those things that need to be done. Don't be tempted not to do it and go with the flow, I'm telling you. All right. Let's get a closing message for you. Let's do it. Ooh. Okay. Yeah, see, this is why. Sagittarius, some good shit is about to happen. Don't let your issues fuck it up. I couldn't have said it better myself. And that's that. All right, Sag, that is your freaking weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget, watch your midweek reset. Available on Wednesdays, 10 a.m., folks. I'm telling you, go with the flow this weekend, Sag. I hope it's a good one for you, because the energy is very present, okay? So, have a good one. Thank you for watching. Let's take you off the board and see who, is that it? Yeah, we just have Taurus, okay. Taurus, last but not least, of course. Welcome to the freaking weekend. We save the best for last. Thank God for those timestamps. All right, Taurus, just so you know, these are general readings, but if you would like a personal reading with me, click the link in the description, in person or online. I am your dude. All right, let's do it. All right, last but not least. Wow. I'm going to tell you right now, nurturing energy is needed this weekend for you. Feeling safe and secure. We need to change it that way. Yeah. All right. So the Hangman. Maybe this week just had us stuck in our energy or something to that effect, Taurus, okay? We are no longer going to instill that kind of energy into our weekend. The Queen of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, when I see more than one queen, it's a nurturing energy, okay? It's the feminine energy. It's speaking your truth, cutting your cords from the past. It's feeling secure, safe, and stable, because you can do that, which relights that fire for you, Taurus. And I think you really needed to get that spark back. I think this weekend you can do it. So you're not stuck. Take time to nurture yourself, all right? I think that's really needed for you at this time. So let's go ahead and get some oracles. Is that it? Yeah, open up. You're holding back. That's what's got you stuck. And Six of Pentacles is very reciprocating energy, so giving and receiving, I love it. I love it. If you're feeling stuck, do something for somebody. Not with like something that you're expecting in return. That's not how we do things. But instead of closing ourselves off, we're kind of being selfish that way. And Taurus, you can be that way. And how to get ourselves out of our funk is to nurture ourselves and others, okay? And open your heart. That's big. So let's talk about heart. Let's look at our relationships and the vibe around that. Okay. Is that it? Yes. Yeah. Self-deception. Stuck on being deceived. It's time to end that. It makes things very imbalanced. It's time to get balance back. And now it's time to close that cycle with the world. Could be traveling, maybe opening yourself up to traveling. Very good. I like it. Okay. Let's get some more insight, shall we? All right. Yeah, see, this is what's making things stuck in this energy is confusion, uncertain, unclear, unsure. Relieve yourself of that. Let it go. Okay? Let's get what's the vibe. Yeah, you got something to say too. Yeah. And I think it's time, okay, with time there, I think it's time that you stop the delay, you stop the procrastination. You're not too busy to do this. You've been doing this on purpose to yourself, and it's time to take care of it. All right? Wow. Damn. Let's go ahead and get your closing message, Taurus. We're going to wrap it up for the freaking weekend. And with this, shame, regret, and guilt, those are just bullshit. Forgive and let that shit go. Absolutely. It's time. That's what's got you stuck. You've been putting it off, and now it's time to do it. It's going to be a lot easier than you believe, Taurus, but I'm going to tell you something. Your ruler is moving back into your sign on Monday. So you may have some issues here that need to be cleared up. In fact, I guarantee it. So make sure that you do. All right? So everybody, Taurus, thank you so much for watching. Everyone, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. That is going to do it for this freaking weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Thank you for all your likes, comments, and subscribes. Keep that up. That helps with the algorithm and helps grow the channel. All right? Join the Vibe Tribe too. You can help the channel by doing that. All right? Again, to close it off like we started, if you're feeling down on yourself, alone, isolated, like you're cut off from the world, go and do something for somebody. Take out your grandma to lunch. You know what, Grandma? I want to take you out to lunch. Or maybe I'll bring lunch to you. Something of that nature. Maybe watch your sister's kids or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, doing for others changes that vibe of, you know what, I do feel needed, I do feel loved, I do feel appreciated. And that's all it usually takes, is giving or helping somebody. All right? So everybody, have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all, and I will see you soon.